Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks Podcast. Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester United 0. It is our 14th loss in the season, I think, in the Premier League and all of that. For what has been a really bad season for us, basically. But what can we say? Now, everybody expected that we would have good performance matched with a win. And now we're having a really good performance, but just can't score. So we're toothless up top. It's really sad and really painful to watch. I mean, we had 23 shots, right? And 6 on target, right? And we had just 2 big chances. And literally, Nottingham Forest just got one chance, counter-attack, and that was it. One chance, counter-attack, and it was done. So, I don't know. It's really something to really think about and really try to understand what is going on. And Ruben Amorim said it at the beginning. He said that yes, quite right, we're on the momentum. Now the momentum has to cut short. It's okay. We've lost our 5th loss in the last maybe 18 games. Now it's like, oh, the momentum has changed because we've lost. So it is something that we need to really think about and try to. I mean, we finished the game with 68% possession, and 68% ball possession was literally what we had from the beginning of the game till the end of the game, even when we were scored against in the 5th minute, right, by Anthony Elanga, who actually respected Manchester United by not like celebrating and all. But it is like, I know it's really heartbreaking, right? Really heartbreaking. We created 2 big chances and missed both chances. We had the most accurate passes in the game, 86%. We also, had the most corners. We had 10 corners. We finished the game with 10 corners, but we've been scored on from a corner in the 5th minute, right? So it's we had 9 shots off target, 6 shots on target. We had 8 block shots because we were trying. We hit the woodwork once, and that was the one that Diogo Dalot hit. I was in charge of head and all of that. So it wasn't just working. And I would fault everybody on this, basically, because I think I said it at the beginning when I said that it's the middle of the park that is key, because they're going to compress that middle and we need to find ways, right? I think Garnacho he was trying so hard, but wasn't putting that cross in for the striker. I see times where Zexi will raise his hand. Even when Hojlund came in, Hojlund will raise his hand. I mean, why did we change and bring in Hojlund if we're not going to be crossing the ball in? So it was only Dogu that was trying so hard to cross the ball in. And then when Garnacho switched from the right side to the left side, it was as if him and Dogu were just not on the same wavelength. But when Dogu was on that side with Bruno Fernandes, him and Bruno were on the same wavelength. Dogu drops the ball short, Bruno takes it. But when Garnacho was there, it was hard for him to take those small cut passes, because he now made Dogu look like he was misplacing passes and all. Yeah, everybody, I mean, I think the 16 days that we were away from, I mean, that was the first game. That was our first game in 16 days. The 16 days that we were away from football has really shown today. And Forest, obviously, they literally almost didn't play anything other than just getting that one chance and playing counter-attack and then scoring on us. So, I mean, it's something we need to really check. It's something we need to really check. There's a whole lot that we can talk about in this. I mean, we had 16 shots inside the box, 16. And we had 7 outside the box. So it's not like we were not making efforts. We had almost 2.5 times their passes in the game. We had 643 passes to Nottingham Forest, 305 passes. And we were better in accurate passes. We passed most of the ball in our own half, but still passed again most of the balls in their own half as well. We have 295 passes to their 74 in our own half, and we had 269 passes to their 150 in their own half as well. It's like, we had more accurate long balls than them. We had everything just working, but it was working against us a lot. I really don't know. Like they won more duels than us because they were up for it. They won more ground duels than us because they were also up for it as well. But we won more aerial duels. right? One more era duels. We they had more successful dribbles because obviously you had Anthony Elanga, doing what Elanga does with his pace, relying on his pace. And after that, that was nothing to show. No, there were toothless as well. I mean, from this, imagine playing from the 5th minute and then there's nothing you could do. And one would wonder, obviously, why they have over 16 clean sheets in the league, basically. And then all the player acting and diving and jumping by Ryan Yates and all that. And just literally just perplexed. Like, look, why don't you just play ball? Why don't you show why you're a good player? Why you're the captain of the team? Why going and rolling on the floor and touching the ground more times than even playing the ball and all of that? And then the ref as well, like, had a good game, had an okay game, let some fly, so he balanced it out and all. And then where I would say I'll fault the whole team, and then the Ruben Amorim is that because Ruben Amorim is at fault in some areas and some cases. So I thought, obviously, we all knew that Manuel Ugarte was not having a good game, right? Manuel Ugarte was not having a good game. So he took out Manuel Ugarte and brought in Rasmus Hojlund. That took Bruno back into the midfield, which gave us more balance, which gave us more, even though we played better in the first half, it gave us more balance. But it took something out of the game with Manuel Ugarte out. Because I think when Casemiro started playing, it exposed us a little bit, and then Casemiro we lost some kind of control, and then Casemiro got the yellow card that would have probably led him to get the second yellow if he tackled again, which now made Ruben Amorim to try to correct the mistake he already made, and then took off Casemiro and brought on Eriksen. We still had control of the game, but it was a bit up and down, like back and forth like a basketball game. So, but yeah, now we pressed high, and then when they wanted to counter us, we were able to nullify it with the switch between Mazarawi and Lenny Yoro. So it was a game of tactics. One was defending, the other was trying to attack, and then it felt like we were not creating those clear-cut chances that would lead us to try to score goals. I mean, we did not create so much for our strikers. Xerxes played up top there. Rasmus Hojlund played up top there as well. We were crossing, but we're not crossing to them. We were crossing either too much and then obviously we're not also going to go without giving credit to the defense of Nottingham Forest, who were playing really well. They were Chile, and I knew, right? And the moment they scored that goal and they noticed that we had more control of the game, they went to a back five. Literally went to a back five. We were playing as a back three. We were playing as a back five, ready to literally defend with their lives, kicking the balls long, trying to, make things just, difficult for Man United. And that's another loss to Forest. They've always given us problems, and they've given us problems this season, and they've done a league double against us, right? Yeah, it's all good. We have to learn from this. That's the most important thing. It's very painful and very heartbreaking. And I wish Ruben Amorim didn't take Manuel Ugarte off. Probably would have had some semblance of control in that mid. But then, even though everything was going through all the flanks, and if you notice, Bruno was drifting to the flanks and all that, and they were toothless. And it's good also, on the other hand, seeing what Ruben Amorim did, knowing that there's nothing happening in that midfield. Why don't we, since the midfield is nullified with Gibbs White, nullified, literally doing nothing, Anderson and Ryan Yates not doing anything per se. We had more control of the midfield, and then even with Eriksen coming on, we still had more control of the midfield. So yeah, it is hard. Rasmus Hojlund came on, didn't do so much. Yeah, had chances, tried to create chances as well. But at the times when we were trying to create the chances, we were always second to the ball because they were ready to clear, they were ready to block, they were ready to play act, they were ready to waste time and drain us out and all of that. So it was a loss that we couldn't take, but we have to move on from this. Literally, we have to move on. Next game is Man City, so we have to move on. And news has it that Haaland is injured, right, for next couple of weeks. So yeah, now in the last couple of games. I mean, we lost to them basically two consecutive games now. December 2024, where we lost 3-2 to them, and now, and before that, we won in the cup, and then they beat us in the league. So, and then so in the last 5 games now, we've had literally one, two, three. So we've had in the last 5 games or last 6 games, we've lost 3 and then won 3. So sad. It's sad to take, but it is what it is. We have to just build from this and move on. Like literally, we have to just move on. We're still in 13th now on the league table. We're looking at the table after 30 games, 13th with just literally 37 points. So it's about 1.1 point per game. So that's sad. -4 goals difference. 37 goals scored, lowest we scored in all season, and 41 goals conceded, right? So next game is Man City, and Man City are sitting 5th in the Europa League spot, and they still have a game in hand. And Tottenham Hotspur as well. If Tottenham Hotspur play their game and win their game, will be level on points, albeit they'll be above us on goals difference and will drop to 14th. So I heard something that the commentator said at the beginning of the game. He said Ruben Amorim took over Manchester United, this Manchester United team, in 13th position, and right now we are still in 13th position. So this is what it is. We have to just keep building from this. We have to just move on. In truth, like there's no need to. I mean, Hotspurs play Chelsea. Tottenham Hotspur play Chelsea, but yeah, here's what it is. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts and feelings about the game. I feel really sad that we lost the game. If we had to if we had to draw the game, that would have been okay. But to lose in that manner was painful, conceding in the 5th minute. And then at some point, I think Ruben Amorim changed it up as well. Brought on Maguire for Lenny Yoro, and then put 2 defenders at the back and put Maguire as one of the strikers. And he had 1 or 2 chances. We're crossing the balls even more into the box now. If we were putting the pressure and piling up the pressure and crossing it as many times as possible, it would have, at least one would have caved for them. And the corner kicks were horrendous as well. We were playing it and they were zonal marking. They were using their zonal marking. If you watch it completely, you will see that they were using zonal marking to mark. But yeah, it's not something that, yeah, our next game is, yeah, and we have a tough run of fixtures in the Premier League. We have a tough run of fixtures in the Premier League, and we have to just try as much as possible in the next 8 games to just win as many as the 8 games. Right? We have City in the Premier League. City. We have Newcastle. We have Wolves. We have Bournemouth, and we have Brentford. That's it. Brentford, Bournemouth, Wolves, Newcastle, and City. 8 games, literally. So it's, yeah, Man City, Newcastle, Wolves, Bournemouth, Brentford. That's it. Of 30 games, you know. So it's sad. City on Sunday, we'll see how that goes, and then we build from there. Yeah. So we have to just keep going. In truth, of all the other games we also have Lyon in between all of those. So it is what it is. We have to just move on and try and get as many wins as we can in the last couple of games, and try to also win the Europa League, because that should probably be the focus right now, even though Amorim will want to say otherwise. So let me know your thoughts and feelings about the game. What did you think we could have done better, and how can we improve? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. Man United have lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0 away, after Nottingham Forest did a league double against Man United. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.